Hey guys, it's kind of a different one. Been getting a lot of questions regarding this guitar that I'm holding. This is it's a Vigier Surfreter. These are made in France. Kind of a super strat variety. Alder body with a flame maple top. You have a hardtail bridge, string through, hum, single hum. There's a 5-way with a volume and a tone. And then the proverbial elephant in the room is this neck. And you can kind of see here, if you look here at the cross section, there's a black stripe in the center, and that actually follows through the entire neck all the way. And it runs right underneath the fretboard, calling this a 1090 neck system, which is 10% carbon and then 90% wood. It makes for the scenario where you don't have to have a truss rod to make the neck stay true. So it works great in all kinds of different climates, and especially with a board that is made out of what they call, this is called I-metal, which is I believe it's a proprietary alloy. And you can kind of see, if you look here on the side, it's a decent sized cap on there. You can really see it again if you look here on the very end of the fretboard as it mates with the guitar body. Also wanted to show you, which I kind of showed in a different video yesterday, regarding the side of the neck. This might give you a little better look at what I look at when I'm trying to find the fret, and that's pretty much the majority of the learning curve with this type of instrument, is finding where your hand position should be on the side there. I find that literally my position, holding the guitar, I have to hold the guitar very close to my body, so I can also get over here on the back of the instrument and be able to have my placement be just right, where my fingers are literally on that line. Again, you can't play a chord because your hand, it's quite impossible to make these two fingers stand aligned to make, say, a regular old bar chord. But I'm just going to show you, a couple of things here. And I also find too that using my fingers on my right hand provides the best tone. And I guess that also means I need to address another elephant. I'm using 12 gauge electric strings on this guitar. I have a wound G, which normally I wouldn't do that for anything other than, say, a jazz guitar with a big body, because I find that, it helps, having big strings. This, the impulse that you get when you play the note or the string down with your right hand, you have to have the string excursion to be kind of moving, at a decent clip, and it's very hard for a plain steel string to do that because it doesn't have the round wound around it. But just take a listen. I'm just gonna use my fingers on my right hand to give you a little pure tone. But this is just going through an Ethos Clean 3, and it's just going through my studio monitors behind here. This is lo-fi, but I figured I had to do something regarding this guitar because it's getting a lot of attention lately, and I love fretless. This is kind of a new thing for me, just kind of going down this path, but I highly recommend it. It's very, very rewarding. It's also very daunting because it's literally 180 degrees opposite from a normal guitar. You can't bend. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to give you some sounds out of this just as I explain them. So yeah, right hand, I'm just using my fingers and I'm just trying to fret with these hands. Right now I'm just on my neck pickup. And what I like to do to get maybe some pitch and intonation help, tuning help, is to maybe use an open string or something where your pitch is at least there. So maybe I'm tuned to E right now, normal E, EAD, GBE, you know, normal guitar tuning. And I'll just do a little something with that. As you can see, there's some squeaks, there's some sustain issues. I'm noticing that my mid-range is not where I like it on this device, so I'm going to set that up. Now I'm going to give you an idea of maybe a little more gain, and then I'm going to go to the bridge pickup, but this time I'm going to use my plectrum, and I kind of like these really thick. This is oddly called a 420 by Dunlop, but it's nice textured. I don't know if it's kind of like a Sarod pick or something like that, where, you know, because if you hit it with a really hard flat pick, it can almost deaden the attack out on it. But yeah, take a listen to this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the holy stack of the Ethos Clean 3 into a light speed. It's noisy, but it rocks.